Hey, you guys, welcome to my mental health diary. I had to write down, you guys, what I wanted to say, what was on my mind, because yesterday I tried to do a video and it wasn't coming out to my liking, if that makes sense. Like I was having a hard time expressing myself because, I was letting like the anger get the best of me or my thoughts, if that makes sense. But I'm Maria P. Welcome back to my channel, you guys, and I appreciate the ones who tune in and listen and watch us all the way. Thank you for the love and for the support. So I hope y'all can hear me right. So I wanted to just, express myself, like what I've been going through and how I've been feeling these last few days, And I wrote it down because I want to make sure that, it comes out correct, if that makes sense. Um I want, I'm going through a little something, and I'm wondering why people, just can't be happy for me, you know? Like you share your news with people or, you be around people and they just treat you like if they don't know you, if that makes sense. Why so much the jealousy? Like I don't get it. It's something that I've been going through all my life. And it really bothers me, and I'm trying to like not to let it take control or let it consume me if that makes sense. You know? Like they're never happy, unless you involve them in your plans or it's about them, you know. And these are things that I write because, I need to learn how to express myself better. You know, they tell you they love you, but their actions show you different. That's something that I'm not understanding that people do to me a lot. I love you, but with the way they treat me and the way they throw jabs and subs at me, that's not love. You know, um, every chance they get, they putting you down, they dragging you, they belittling you, they try to disrespect you, they try to embarrass you, you know, um, and you try to be humble and let things rock, but I'm human. How many times I gotta let you rock before I snap? You know what I mean? And thank God that I pray a lot to the Lord, because that's what's keeping me, you know, calm, cool, and collective. That makes sense. You know, um, they not happy unless you kissing their butt. You know, um, you know, it's so much, guys. So much. I'm just reading because I don't want to lose my train of thought. They're always, kicking you when you're down. They laughing at you. You can tell when people talk about you because they make it obvious. They make it so obvious. You gotta keep in mind. I work so hard to be who I am today, you know, because I was a very rebellious person and that's not of God. So I'm trying to change my ways and it's so hard because I guess it's the D testing you, you know. It says that in the Bible, the closer you get to God, the more you get tested. Um, and I've been praying on that too, you know. It's never winning. You never win with somebody. Um, I gotta stop allowing them to get to me. And then when you block them, guys, right? And then when you block them or you delete them or you just, you know, block their numbers or whatever the case may be, they want to play victim. Oh, I don't know what I did to her, that she blocked me. They go complain to people, but they don't say why I blocked them. They don't say what made me do what I did to them. They always play innocent. I don't like when people play victim, you know, and that's really, really bothers me. I feel like sometimes they be like clowning me, you know, like when you keep getting tested and tested, it's the same person, y'all, and she keeps testing me and testing me and testing me, and then you see, you know, at the corner of their eye that they wishing and praying for your downfall. They don't want you to enjoy yourself or have fun. They don't want you to go on, certain outings or certain trips. It makes them happy. Um, it's crazy because this is a relative. This is a relative, you guys. And when I told this person I may not make it to the Hershey Park, you know, on the 13th, you know, and mind you, I cried to this person because I feel so bad, because I'm going through what I'm going through with my mouth, and they didn't even flinch. They didn't give me no emotional support. They was like, oh well, I'm gonna ask such and such, if I could bring somebody since you're not going. Like, how can you even say that? Like, but other people want me to go, and they make it in their business to show me that they care. But you over here acting like it don't matter to you whether I go or not. You know, like how dare you? How dare you? You know, these are people that I try to stay away. I just blocked them. I just, you know, came to terms and I said, you know what, let me just block them from Messenger because I really don't want to deal with this person. This person's been like this with me, all my life. Um, I don't know why so much the jealousy. I don't know why so much the envy. Like, you know, you're my bloodline. You know what I mean? Why you always gotta throw rocks and hide a hand? You know? And I had enough. I had enough getting picked on, I had enough of this person bullying me, you know. I told my husband that, I feel like I'm gonna snap, because I can only take but so much. I'm human, you know. Um, and this is for anybody. If you're going through this, don't let that person get to you because that's what they want. They get a kick. Misery loves company, and this is why I'm trying to be strong, guys. And I come on here and I just try to express myself so I can feel better. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I think that I just gotta stay away from this person, but it's hard because when we do family outings or barbecues and stuff, this person is always there, you know. And there's just, you gotta try to be calm. You gotta try not to let them get to you. You gotta surround yourself with positivity instead of negativity. Like I tried so hard to stay away from this person. And when the person needed me the most, I was the first one to show up, and I'm still getting their butt to kiss. You know, um, it don't matter what I do, how hard I try, you guys. You know, this person doesn't change with me. At all, at all. Unless I'm kissing their butt or unless, I'm doing something for them. This person is just never gonna change with me. And it do bothers because you say to yourself, we supposed to, be siblings. We supposed to be able to get through our humps. I see a lot of relationships with his family, and they get together, they go have brunch, and they have a nice time. They make it their business to support each other. If you don't have, I have. And it's not like that with this person. you know um they really happy that I'm probably not going to the trip, but I'm gonna try to see if I change the appointment, if it's possible, for I could go to the trip anyways, because I want to have fun. It's not a definite. I'm not sure yet because I'm still debating in my head, like, do I want to be around this person? You know, do I want to take chances just to have fun, or I should just not cancel? Guys, I've been thinking a lot, man, a lot. Like, do I go? Do I not go? Should I go have fun or should I just go deal with the situation in my team? Um, I'm always, I don't go nowhere, you guys. I'm always home. I do not go nowhere. I want to have fun too. I want to enjoy the water park. I love the water park. But if I go, I'm just gonna have to stay away from this person. You know, I'm gonna have to play my distance. And say hi and just be cordial. Because I know how to be cordial and stay calm and not allow them to get to me. You know, I don't know, guys. Just pray for me. This is like a constant battle. But I just wanted to express myself how I was feeling today. And how my thoughts is going. I appreciate the ones that do show love. Thank you, guys. And leave a comment. What would you do if you was in my situation? Would you allow somebody to stop your blessings? Would you allow somebody to get in your way of your blessings? How will you deal with somebody like that? Um, Please give me an advice because it's been years, y'all. Years of torture. It's been years of pain, and as much as I pray on it, this person just don't stop. They get a kick out of seeing me going through something or seeing me hurting or seeing me not be able to make it somewhere, because I'm in a financial struggle. Um, I don't know. I don't know what they want from me.